Tim Moore here with TLC Floor Care, and we're coming off of a job that it's for a hotel that we do consistently. We're there once a quarter getting all their carpets done. So when they have something else they need to clean, of course they call us and I'll figure it out. And we've done tile and grout for them and about to do another tile and grout job for them next week. But they called because they have this luxury VLM, vinyl luxury plank tiling, and it's getting a lot of scratches, a lot of dirt, things like that. And you know, they went out there with some glass cleaner and a towel, and it wiped up, but they don't want to spend their times on their hands and knees doing all that. And they even try to he called it buffer, but what I call an orbital machine, or an old small side to side, like an 8-inch, very small. So I knew it would take a red pad because they've already used it on it and it didn't do any damage. Normally I would not like a red pad. I think they're too aggressive. I would normally go with a white pad, but it's already had a red pad on it and I know it's not going to do any damage, so I just went with the red pads. But what we did was we have a very specific cleaner just made for VLM, or actually I think they call it VLP. I call it VLM, but it's actually VLP, vinyl luxury plank. So VLP, and quite honestly, the stuff smells like diluted stripper, because we stripped, like tile that you see at Walmart, that shiny tile, for years. And I know the smell of that crap. And that's what it smells like. It smells like very diluted stripper. So it's some kind of stripper, definitely. But we diluted it in the proper suggested dilution, sprayed it on. I took the red pad and the orbital machine and we scrubbed it, and then we used our tile and grout spinner to actually extract all the slurry up and the dirt and finish cleaning it down into the grooves. So the pad got into the grooves that we couldn't get to, and the rinsing with the spinner did the same thing. Now, that being said, I did not use my heat, because that burner is way too hot, and it's hard to adjust our burner. Our burner's looks like you just a dial, but if that thing gets off, it's either too cold or too hot. And we got it just where we want it for carpet. And if you adjust it, then you have to try to, get it back into adjustment. It's a pain in the butt. So what I don't want to mess with the adjustment on the burner, we use cold water. But we set our spinner pressure at probably, I'm guessing, about 800. Probably not even 900. Probably about 800. So what I did is we're normally at about 250 for carpet. We cranked it up until the spinner started spinning, and then we cranked it up just a shade more. So it wasn't like blasting down into the grooves at 1500, 2000 PSI. We're guessing I'm at about 800, which is enough to, flood the area so that it rinses, blow any dirt out of grooves and scratches and things, but not drive it down underneath where it might possibly cause a bulge or a pop-up or anything like that. And they mop it like constantly, and the chemicals they use probably helps attract dirt, and also they mop it really heavily. So a lot of water, more water probably necessary. And they mop it with an old style mop and a rayon mop head. So it's not like microfiber or anything of that nature that they're using to mop it. And I don't know what they're utilizing. It's just something from Ecolab that comes in as things. That's probably a neutral floor cleaner. Hopefully it's a neutral floor cleaner. But we got a lot of dirt off of it. Had to use the magic eraser on some of the really deep gouges to try to get the dirt off. The gouges are still there. We couldn't fix the gouges, but we get dirt out of them so that they're a little bit less noticeable. So that was our job, and next time will be ceramic tile and grout, and that'll be like next Tuesday. So we'll be back there again next Tuesday, and it's just some more services we can offer to keep other companies out of the building, and then there's nobody else coming in trying to underbid us or undercut us or anything of that nature. So keeps us a job. Tim Moore, TLC Floor Care.